All right, welcome back to another episode of The Wildcard. On this week's episode, we focus on ice cold Cole Palmer. Is he the latest talent in the EPL?
We also look at Liverpool, top of the league right now, but do they have what it takes to stay at the top of the league?
And we also look at Manchester United, and is this shirt too big for their players?
And remember, this episode has been brought to you courtesy of SportPesa.
All right, so it is time for this week's question of the week.
Yes. Waudo.
Yeah.
We've been talking about Manchester United and how you guys lost Vibaya last weekend.
Yeah.
But I need to know, who's the top scorer at Manchester United this season?
Type it up in the comments, huh?
All right, I know that.
All right, how are you guys, Bana? How's
Good.
your weekend been? Gee, good to see you back here.
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you, I'm sorry. I'm going to disappoint a lot of people today.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think I'm here to, have a go at a particular team. I'm just here in the spirit of, I've missed you guys, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's like...
No banter, no anything?
No, I just thought it was a perfect weekend to reappear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know one thing about G is when he said it before, when he comes to the show, there is a purpose, there is a reason.
At least this time there's no boxing glove.
No. But yeah, it's good to be back. And what a start to the Premier League we've had so far. It's been a very exciting. I think it's been one of the best starts to the Premier League in a long time. And the reason I say that is because there have been so many big games.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I've been enjoying it so far, man.
And also there have been big defeats. Like the one we saw last weekend when Brighton went to Chelsea, and I predicted Chelsea win.
So
Yes.
we're talking about Chelsea, or are we talking about Cole Palmer? Like, let's be honest. Are we talking about Chelsea? I have not seen. I've seen the goals. Ooh, some beautiful goals,
Yes.
right? I haven't seen the game in full. I'll watch it as it gets highlighted during the weekend. So the question I want to ask is: are we convinced by Chelsea, or are we convinced by Cole Palmer?
I'm leaning on Cole Palmer, man.
Yeah?
I'm leaning on Cole Palmer. I mean, most involved in the GA ever since last season.
Right.
So that tells me this guy, he's the real deal. Anywhere he goes, he will perform.
And also, I think anywhere he goes, he'll perform. But also, he's so comfortable. Like that Cole Palmer ice go. Hey.
I think for me it's a mixture of both. We have a situation where a player is comfortable under the manager to give us the results that he's giving us, to score 4 goals in first half and all that. On the other hand, Cole Palmer is a brilliant player, even back in the City days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think, and also, like, speaking about City, I want to send a shout out to friend of the show, Lotan. Lotan tweet. Do anybody remember Lotan's tweet last season? About, I can't believe that Chelsea have spent, was it 40 million?
Yes.
For someone, 42 million for someone with blah, blah, blah. Well, how did that age? I put it to you now.
Yeah.
Pep would love to have Cole Palmer in his team.
Especially with what's going on in Man City's attack. Because you look at Cole Palmer, to me, he can envision what Drogba was for the club, what Hazard was for the club. He can be the guy to take up
Especially
the
Hazard.
mantle. Yeah, because you expected Mount to do it, nothing. Havertz couldn't do it, but he's rejuvenated at Arsenal. Nicholas Jackson hasn't been able to. Sancho, Pedro Neto don't do like the wheel. It's up to Cole Palmer. He is their next Hazard for me. He's the next Hazard.
And the thing is, he makes the attacking line for Chelsea so much better.
Yeah.
With so much options.
Yes.
Because I don't know, I haven't looked at his pass completion ratio, but I'm pretty sure that high 80s, early 90s of his passes get where he wants them to go.
Yes.
He's clinical, you know?
Yes.
I really think that, like, any team in he walks into any Premier League team right now.
Hey, for us, he doesn't even walk. He saves us. He saves our Premier League team.
No, actually, he wouldn't walk into Man United. Nobody would.
There's only one situation where I feel he doesn't just walk in straight to the team.
Yeah.
And that's the England team.
Yeah, but Premier League team, definitely.
Yeah, Premier League.
Who do you put above him? Who do you put above him in his position in the English team? I'm here to argue.
As an Arsenal fan,
You're going to say Saka?
yes.
But what if he plays the 10 role? Then Foden is eating bench.
Foden hasn't been on form this season.
Yeah.
So
If he plays
at the
10 role,
moment,
Foden is eating
at the
bench.
moment right now, I pick him over Foden. But when it comes to like now the England team and stuff, hey, Saka, man.
Do you know what, Pep, I don't know if you said this, but it's abundantly clear. I don't think that Foden is out of form. I think he's just tired, Banner. carrying the weight of a whole city. He's just tired, bro. He's just tired.
Oh, wow.
Right, I mean, he's out there making babies like he's like 60.
He's busy.
He's busy out here, bro. He's busy.
You can't play football 24/7. At some point, you need time and space for other.
You need
things.
to miss it, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel that Cole Palmer, he's one of the players I really enjoy watching. He makes Madueke better. He makes all of the players around him better. Do you know what I mean?
Does he look like he can, he won't crumble under the pressure? Let's say if Chelsea were to be involved in a title race, or if they're back in the Champions League, can he be the guy to look up to?
Do you know one thing I've realized about Cole Palmer is he's got the right amount of swagger and the right amount of humility. Yeah. Like as in another player with his level of techers would probably be in all of the English newspapers every weekend. Yeah. He really seems quite a solid. He seems like, you know what? I know I'm a baller. I don't need to like
self-awareness.
It's not like Haaland. You get me?
Yeah.
Like
Haaland has to start talking. Pulling guys.
Yeah. He seems very, and I think he's got the right amount of physicality and. To be a footballer, you have to have a little sprinkling of ego.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's a good package. You know what I mean? I think
he's
got
a complete player as of right now.
As of right now.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I hope it doesn't last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mentioned, by the way, it's a good thing you mentioned that because we play them in the next 4 weeks. But I want us to look at their fixtures before we move on.
Okay. Yeah.
There's Nottingham Forest, which looks easy on paper. But there is Liverpool after the international break, Newcastle, Manchester United, and Arsenal. Come on.
So, I mean, of all those fixtures, I mean, I was thinking about like the easiest one. The easiest one is not Nottingham Forest. The easiest one is Manchester United.
Are we at Old Trafford?
But that's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
That's tough. And in fact, when we get to the end of those games, we will see whether or not Chelsea are really in contention.
Yes.
Because even if you look at their performances, and I didn't watch this last weekend game, like I said, but even the previous performance, I think they played against, was it Leicester? Was it Leicester? First half, I was like, hey, Chelsea are back. Second half, I was like, which team is this? Who are these guys?
Yeah.
So, to be a great team, you have to play well in both halves. And it's even, I was thinking, when I was watching the United game, United against Spurs, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, by the way, United are a second half team. So they're going to come out after the break and they're going to go for these guys.
Yeah.
Well,
nothing.
But we'll talk about that.
I think for me, the one thing I can hang my hat on is Chelsea will have a key role to play in whether Liverpool or Arsenal win the league. I think with the performance I saw them give Man City on day one, albeit losing, they can definitely turn up at Anfield or at the Emirates and get a result. And that would hamper your title chances.
I think this season's very different. I think this season the top teams or the top two teams, like you mentioned, there's going to be a lot of influence from other results.
Yes.
But I think that if, from my perspective, and I don't want to sound like a generic Arsenal fan, but I really believe that if there's a year when City are going to fumble, I think this could be
this one.
Because something doesn't feel quite right with City. They're grinding out results, don't get me wrong, because they're genuinely a better team than most of the people they play against.
Yes.
So, it's like their bad day is still so far ahead of other teams' good days.
Yes.
So they'll still grind out results. But I think in those key moments, I think tricky oppositions for... because I called the Newcastle... Well, I'm not on the program, but I called the Newcastle draw.
Okay.
But there are some places that City are going to go to this season and they're going to struggle. They're going to go to places like Villa and find their work cut out. They'll struggle with the Chelseas as well. But you see, the thing about it is it's not so much the teams that play that expansive open football they struggle against, because that's toe-to-toe. They're going to struggle about those teams that dig in.
Yes.
And teams are digging in with a slightly, they still got a low block, but a slightly higher line.
Yes.
And
it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, and in front of goal, like, You saw the
There's
Arsenal
no
game.
supply.
Yes.
Like, guys, it's a good thing. I know you guys have talked about it on last week's podcast, but Man City 2 seasons ago would have shredded that Arsenal defense.
True.
Quick.
Shredded it.
Yes.
Right now they're struggling to get results.
Brayo.
But Cole Palmer, hey, top bowler.
Do you think he'll match up to Haaland's goal scoring at the end of the season?
Cole.
Yeah.
I think
Do you think he'll get more goals
I
than
think
Haaland?
he can. Chelsea look like they are goal scoring, free flowing. They can't keep clean sheets, but in terms of goals, Cole Palmer will definitely be involved. I think he's well in for a shout of player of the season already. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And just like I've hung my hat on Chelsea disrupting the Premier League title race, you can also hang your hat on SportPesa, because right now the mega jackpot sits at over 383 million Kenyan shillings. The pay bill number is 955-100. Account number is your own personal number, and all you need is 99 bob to be the latest millionaire in town.
Do you know
Please win that money and save my club.
Do you know when I don't think United's worth that at the moment. Do you know whenever I watch the wild card and I see the jackpot and stuff, I always wonder to myself. I said to myself, man, if I played the jackpot and I won, we don't even need to win, because if you get a certain amount of numbers, you get money anyway, right? I always wonder if I tell you guys. I don't know about that. No.
Knowing you would know.
Yeah.
Would know.
There'll be signs. There'll be signs. Yeah.
There'd be signs. But yeah, man, the wild card with SportPesa, man, for real. What else we got?
Looking at the Premier League table, right now top of the league, Arne Slot and Liverpool. They've only conceded 2 goals so far in the league.
Okay, Arne Slot is likable. I've watched his press conferences and all that stuff. And then obviously, I didn't know that much about him as a player, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I went back and watched some of his clips.
Them days.
Back in the days.
Yeah.
He was a bulldog, a tough guy.
Yes.
He was not like, he wasn't your finesse Zidane. He was knocking guys left, right, and center.
Roy Keane?
Roy Keane-ish.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, if that's his mentality, I can imagine that he's in that dressing room bullying.
Yes. Yes. Also, when you look at his post-match, when he talks about, when he analyzes the game, for managers like Ten Hag, you'll just hear words and stuff and just words that will just fill the whole 3 minutes. But with Anslot, you hear the numbers, you hear the facts, you hear what...
Analysis.
You hear the proper analysis.
It's well articulated.
Even as an FPL manager, you leave knowing, I know who to buy, I know who to sell. Like, you leave feeling...
He sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
And he has a knowledge of the game.
Yes.
And Liverpool look good. There's no two ways about it. I think that they're not playing the Klopp way.
Yeah.
They're playing, I feel they're playing a bit more... You know, Klopp was just like...
Robust, let's go.
Let's go. I think they're playing a bit more pragmatic.
Yeah. Keeping the ball more.
Yeah, you know. But like again, the big test when they come up against the big teams.
Defensive football. Only conceded 1 goal. Actually,
2
goals
Yeah, Forest
so
and
far
Wolves.
in 2 games. And this is, okay, I predicted this. That's why I have Diaz and
Salah and Man,
since game week 1. I predicted Liverpool are going to start very well, specifically the first 8 game weeks.
Yeah.
But it's going to change in the next 4. So as much as they're playing very well...
Why is it going to change?
First and foremost, the fixtures that are coming up. We have
Okay.
an informed Chelsea. We have an informed Arsenal. We have Brighton who are scoring goals. And we have Aston Villa over there. So I'm not seeing any 12 points from Liverpool in these 4 weeks. You also have to factor in this Champions League on top of other competitions. You know, right now we're playing like 3 games.
Yeah.
A game in every 3 days.
Yes.
So eventually it will catch up. Also, Liverpool as a team are not their best yet. There are players who, like the Konate mistake you see, they're still learning and building up to the new manager. So it's not all merry as we make it look.
But where I
they
differ-
lost to Nottingham Forest at home, bro.
No, but you see, this is what I don't understand about like sometimes football fans. That's why we like the English Premier League.
There's a reason why Ipswich drew with Villa yesterday when everyone expected them to be
To roll
defeated.
over.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about it is it's like one of those, I look at football very like in the sense of like those things are supposed to happen.
Yes.
You know, the only people who really suffer in that regard are United fans.
Yes, I wanted to say Man
Because
United.
listen, I'm not having to go United. We'll speak about United. But I every football club and remember, man, I've been watching football since it was not before the Premier League was even created.
Yeah.
Everything is seasonal. So you have a time. All right, I'm gonna talk about United fans, but turn your phones off. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? I mean, you know, whenever I talk about United, phone,
They're always ready.
They're always ready.
Like, it's okay, right? So so the thing about it is, it's like when I started to watch football, right? The teams that were really were doing it when Liverpool was Liverpool, Bob Paisley era. Bob Paisley, they were winning.
Ian Rush, Steve Nichols,
Even go back, man. I'm old, you know. I'm going back to Dalglish, Souness, all those guys. I've watched all those guys play football, right? Now, don't say wow like that's not that. no. But yeah, all those fossils playing football, right?
Okay.
In another life, I'm a pundit at Sky Sports. But the thing about it is, when Liverpool were on top, right? Like, fam. Even when I was a kid, I remember the European Cup that Villa. I remember watching that game, fam. And
you watched Villa win the Euro.
Yes, yes, I did.
Wow.
You get me? So the point I'm making is, as a football fan, it's seasonal. So there was a time when Liverpool were, we all used to watch Liverpool. Because they were just so much better.
At no point did you guys think the 30-year wait was ever going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you see, for example, then, you know, when things start changing, United starts to win, then Arsenal starts to win again, then United start to win again, then we go through these things. It's football. Yeah. Inevitably, in years to come, City are going to fall off.
Yeah.
Right? And United are going to have a resurgent experience. And that's the beauty of the game. So when you say Nottingham Forest losing, beating Liverpool, that's what's supposed to happen. That's what we like. We like that. Because, you know, Arsenal, I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, we're happy. We're doing good. We're not top of all that. I know there's a
result coming.
Ipswich. There's an Ipswich or a
Fulham.
No, even by the way, Arteta's a genius. You know, he sent guys to Fulham to make Fulham. Yo, Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson, your job is only one job. Link up with Iwobi and take points off of these other guys for us
this weekend.
Yeah, but Liverpool, Liverpool, to go back to the conversation, top of the league. It remains to be seen if they'll be able to stay there. But I do believe that this will not be City's best season.
True.
You know, and also it's like, they're basically playing with a paternity test hanging above their heads. You imagine? You know what I'm trying to say? You know this Chile is pregnant, but you don't know if it's your kid. But they say the paternity test will be announced in January. So those 115 paternity tests are just there waiting, bro.
But I think the point where I disagree with Venant is once Liverpool time to fumble or their difficult period will come, I think it'll be a max of like 2 games only. Because the one thing that Ancelotti has done to practically convince me is the resurgence of Gravenberch.
Okay.
When Fabinho came, he didn't have a first good season, and then the second season up and running as a CDM. And now I'm seeing that with Gravenberch.
True.
He's one heck of a CDM for them this season. So I don't think their difficult period would last for too long. It'll be like 2 games, a draw, a defeat, and then they bounce back.
Yeah. Do you see them as contenders?
I think they are now. Personally, for me, Liverpool, Arsenal, and City will be the title race, confirmed.
So that now that we know City's not going to be in it,
it's Liverpool and Arsenal.
Okay, so that's fair enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. So you guys, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Arsenal, Brighton, and Aston Villa, you're seeing only 2 losses.
For Liverpool?
I'm seeing more for Liverpool.
I think
I'm
maybe
seeing
one.
more. I'm seeing 2 losses plus a couple of maybe a
Is
draw.
the Chelsea game at Anfield?
No, yeah.
At Anfield.
Yeah.
Then probably a draw there.
Arsenal away.
Oh, tasty. Tasty fixtures, man. Tasty fixture. Hopefully we get it in the Champions League as well. I want more of these big clashes. Yeah, I want more of these big clashes. But as I've said, Arne Slot has come and transformed Gravenberch. You know, he's taken over the team and improved the player. Unlike a manager I know. He's taken over a new team. He hasn't even got one single signing, but yet they're playing free-flowing football. Unlike a manager I know in Manchester.
Hold on, let me think. I'm trying to think. This manager that you know, does his name rhyme with hen and bag? Is it Ten Hag?
I don't even like saying that name. I can't even spell it out.
You're watching the wild card, by the way, and I think the big question now, you can see it on, you guys have got screens and stuff. Boy, nice. Is the shirt too big for Man United players? That is a great conversation. Is the shirt too big?
For Manchester United, I think for some players it is. Actually, for most of the players it is. When it comes to now how you guys are playing.
Yeah.
To be honest, were you guys going to the Tottenham game knowing you're going to get a point? Forget even about a win.
Personally, when I saw Son was going to be missing, I was confident. Bounce back after the Palace and the FC20 results. Nothing happened.
Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you, because I watched the game while I was working. I was actually DJing at the time at a party. And there is a sense of hopelessness amongst United fans at the moment that, you know what it reminds me of? when someone explains something to you,
Yeah.
and then they say, because it takes one to know one. You know that hopelessness?
Yes.
And that apathy?
Yes.
I recognize it, because I've been there.
You've been there with the Socrates and them,
I've
man.
been there. I've been there with Arsenal, bro.
Nacho Monreal, Mustafi.
Fam, there is some. By the way, I'm gonna tell you guys this about. And when I walked in today, guys automatically assume that I'm here to give Brian a hard time. No, you know what? I'm here to give you daps first of all, because if there's one thing this guy has been consistent in his analysis of Erik Ten Hag. From you gave at the early days, you gave him grace.
Yeah.
But then when you began to see that there's something that's not quite right with this, and he's stuck to his guns. At the end of the day, all right, United fans are suffering at the moment, and it'd be so easy for me to come in here and be like, "Yo, United, this. It's deeper than that."
Yeah.
This guy is not good enough for the job, and it's like. It's okay. It's like, for example, let's say you tell me to go and cook ugali, right? And I bring you this pasty, sloppy thing.
White porridge.
Like porridge, yeah? What does that mean? It means the next time you say, boss, you'll get somebody who knows how to cook ugali.
Yes.
Who knows how to cook.
Yes.
Erik Ten Hag does not know how to cook.
There's no defending this guy. There's literally no defending this guy because I'm looking at other clubs. I don't think Barcelona or Real Madrid would be happy with an 8th place finish in the Copa del Rey. No way. I'm looking at Bayern Munich. Company, they're cooking. I'm looking at Chelsea. Maresca has something going on. Slot has something going on. Hansi Flick at Barcelona as well. They're cooking. He's into year 3. He can't even articulate himself well in press conferences.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Progression, trophies.
Fam,
Is it a chat GPT with a virus? At the end of the day, I don't want to get ahead of myself because at the end of the day, you look at that Spurs game, it's an opportunity to bounce back because why the hell were we praising? We are babying our club. Why are we praising the club for performing well against Palace and drawing? Palace were beaten by Everton. Yes. Ever since Brighton beat us in game week 2, they've not won a game. So the issue is in the coaching.
And what's interesting as well, and I'm glad you mentioned the analogies of the European teams. It's like, I remember when Arsenal won the FA Cup, there's a time we won the FA Cup like twice in 4 seasons. That era there, right?
Yeah.
So during that era, and I've spoken about it on this podcast before, I was given a signed shirt by the team at that time, right?
Yeah.
Do you know, when I received that shirt, I was happy to have a shirt that's signed by Sanchez and Ozil and all that stuff, right? But at that moment, I was unfulfilled because the FA Cup had become so undervalued to the point where guys were like, it's just the FA Cup.
Yeah.
It's just FA Cup. To the point where I don't think Arsene Wenger even won the Carabao Cup ever. Did he ever win it?
No.
I don't think he ever won it.
No.
That became the cup for smaller teams and your younger players, right? You still compete, but it's for those guys, right? The point I'm making is, it pains me when I hear Manchester United fans say, "Oh, but he's won more trophies than Arteta, and he's won this and he's won that."
Yeah.
Manchester United should not be competing for the Carabao Cup and see that as a mark of glory.
Yeah.
Manchester United should be comfortable in winning the FA Cup. Now that all of a sudden the FA Cup is a trophy again.
Prestigious.
Prestigious again. Fam, what I'm trying to say to you is this. Like, if you're gonna be consistent, be consistent. If it wasn't a big trophy when Arsenal won it, then it can't suddenly be a big trophy now.
Manchester United won. Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? At least can we have some consistency?
Yeah.
So the thing that I would say is this, right? And I said this on Fan Zone. Manchester United fans need to understand this. And Brian, you've been around. Venant, you've been around. You guys have been around me for a while. And I said this 7-8 years ago. And every time we discuss Manchester United, I'm going to say it again. Manchester United fans have to understand where their club is.
Accept it.
Accept it. Acceptance is the first thing.
Step.
Because you see, the thing about it is, here's the thing. Make all the noise you want to make online. Make all the noise. Make all the noise. Do you guys swear on this podcast ever?
I try
Really?
not to.
Try not to.
Yeah, try not.
Well, let me just one.
Feel free.
Just one. Your club is shit at this moment. From the canteen to the car park,
To the raw chicken being served,
the
to the
gym.
microwave
Chicken.
from 2009.
to the microwave.
Raining.
Bro, let me tell you, I bet if you go to Old Trafford right now, you see that big sign that says Manchester United. Maybe even the eye is not lit. Like there's a bulb that's blown somewhere. This thing is broken. And the thing about it is, it's like Arsenal, where Arsenal was,
Yeah.
is nowhere near as bad as where
Yeah, you
United
guys were never in
is.
the trenches like
Yes.
this, bro. You were
You
never in
get-
the trenches.
we
You
were
guys were
never
always
like that.
consistent, even in the top 4. You were
Fam,
never.
even in our worst days, and the thing is, Arteta has had to come in and break everything to
Yeah.
fix it.
And I think that's what we need, because right now the fan base, most guys are split. We can do without Bruno, we can do without Rashford. The same way Arteta came in and told Ozil and Aubameyang, step. So I
Fam.
think guys are split on that, by the way.
I'll be honest with you, right? Rashford and Fernandes, and you guys are gonna say again, geez, I hate. No, those are two of the most unambitious players I
Yes.
have ever seen in the English Premier League. And I'll say this: Fernandes on his day, world class.
Yeah.
World class. But why would you spend so much time in a dysfunctional club? Rashford. You know what Rashford
Contract
is?
extensions.
Let me tell you, Rashford, and this is no disrespect to the name I'm about to mention, yeah? Rashford is Welbeck.
Okay.
Let me explain to you.
Okay.
Rashford is Welbeck. Welbeck had 1 or 2 seasons where he contributed to the goal tally of Manchester United, right?
Yes.
He's a good player, but he's not the star
Yes.
that people have made him out to be. Rashford by now should have done the United, Brighton, West Ham. That's his levels.
Like
That's
Lingard.
his levels. That's his levels. And I listen, for those of you, and I'm telling, let me give you a sound bite. For those of you who have gassed up Rashford, that Charlie Brown lookalike. You know, there's a character in Charlie Brown who looks just like him,
Wait.
right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's only the black character in Charlie Brown. You guys have gassed up this guy so much. He might be a lovely human, but as a footballer, he is just a good squad member. That's it. And I'm sorry. When you have Vinicius and Mbappe and
Yamal,
this guy and
Lamine
this guy,
Yamal.
and all of these people, what are you telling me?
Yeah.
What are you telling me? You think about Manchester United from those days of 90s into 2000s, right? When you talk about big players, they had big players. You know, the Beckhams and the Cantonas and the this and the that and the this and the that. Big players that world-class guys will come and take. Me, I can't tell you about anybody that I want.
Right now we are
United.
settling for less.
United, I'd pick Diallo if I was to buy a United player. But my point is, I've just heard what you just said, G, regarding United players and some players being a shadow of their former selves. I think this also needs to spread across the team. There are certain players at the United team who are not only letting themselves down, but they're also letting the manager and
The manager?
tactics down in
The
terms of
manager?
how they play. We are not just blaming Ten Hag for all this that has just happened. We also have to put responsibilities on also the individuals in the pitch.
Okay, let me ask you a question, right? If you walk into this studio and this screen where it says the shirt is too big, if it's now saying something like, no. It was saying there was a graphic there that said Arsenal are title league contenders, even though we're not talking about Arsenal.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that? It's the production manager's fault.
The people
Let's
dealing
not,
with
let's
this.
not. So does he come to me and he say to me, well, you know, by the way, the graphic designer last year had a tragedy.
Yeah.
So no. You
It's
are
up to
in the
him,
moment.
yeah. It's up to
you are
them.
in the moment. And I think Manchester United is too big of a club
Yes.
for us to make excuses. Think, bro, how has Manchester United allowed Arsenal to become a team where guys outside are twerking for? Do you remember how, like, it's a point that guys, one of the few things is guys will be like, well, you know, United is the biggest club. Any player we want, we get. When's the last time you guys have got a signing and a half? When's the last time Manchester United, we talk about the shirt being too big, tell me the last marquee signing, shake the world signing that Manchester United have made. Where's the Haaland level signing?
The last two are Pogba and Bruno, and it hasn't really done the numbers that we've expected them to.
We have our Declan Rice, which is a big signing for Arsenal. Mm-hmm. You agreed?
Yeah.
Who else?
You have
That was the marquee signing.
That's the marquee signing.
That was the marquee signing.
That you're building, and you have your batch of homegrown players, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have the Erling Haaland there. Marquee signing for
Liverpool made it with Salah and Van Dijk when
there
they wanted.
Go. Let's go to Chelsea. Who for Chelsea? Marquee signing.
Right now, I think for them, Palmer.
It's called Palmer. Mm-hmm. When was the last Manchester United marquee signing? Bro.
It's Bruno.
I'm going to say something. Wait. This guy who's the striker of United now.
Zaxi or Hoyland.
Do you know what?
JC,
It's okay. Do you know, and this is no lie, I haven't even learned his name. That's how disinterested. That's how disinterested and uninspiring. That's how uninspiring that is. Like, do you know what I mean? It is. I'm sorry. When you get G Money on the wild card, you get value. What's his name?
Joshua Zaxi.
Joshua, there you go.
Jesus Christ.
First of all, shout out to SportPesa for getting behind this the Legends thing. Do you know what's really good about the game was? First of all, obviously, these guys who are legends are real legends, are real legends. Because, like, they have not forgotten an ounce of the game. They're a bit slower. Some of them are a bit choppier.
Yeah.
But the tactical nuance was there. And then the whole village experience with the concert and the top DJ, you know, the top DJ. Top DJ.
Won't mention his name.
Top DJ there as well. And, you know, Nashinsky performed as well.
Ooh,
do you know what I mean? So it was good vibes, man. More SportPesa, more of those entertainment and sports fused events, man.
Are there any Legends game that you'd like to see? Like maybe a Gor Mahia versus a Tusker Legends, or maybe the Rugby Queens versus Cabras Legends. Are there some
right now, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even going local. To watch beautiful football, I'd love to see Rooney and Berbatov back on the pitch.
Wow.
So those are the legends I'd love to watch.
Do you know what, though? Like, it must be hard being a United fan. No, because, you know, you mentioned two names of two footballers that I absolutely... Do you know, I tell you this, one thing I will never tolerate. There's one thing I'll never tolerate. You say anything, but never ever say anything bad about Wayne Rooney around me. That is if he's one of my top players ever. Like 100%. Wayne Rooney slander will not be tolerated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Speaking about Gore though, I've got an appeal to make to Gor Mahia. You guys have got this fire kit.
Yeah. Yes.
Please make this kit readily available.
I'm looking forward to the black one.
Yeah,
I like the black one. Looks good.
All right.
Yeah.
But you're already black. Look for one like me.
Wow. Yeah, the new go
All of them home, away, third kits, they look fire.
All right, what's going on in the world of FPL, bro?
In the world of FPL, we have the last game week before the second international break, aka the time where the real managers use their wildcard.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm looking at my team right now.
Yes.
I have 400 points so far. The number one in our good company league has 452.
Right.
So I'm almost there. And one of the reasons why he gap equal, it's because of the Palmer performance that we saw last weekend. 25 points is a lot from such a player. And there are people who captained him who have more points from Palmer than the entire team for other managers.
Where?
You know. So how are you feeling about your team? Did you perform very well this time?
I'm moving like Ten Hag when it comes to FPL, bro. I'm moving like Ten Hag.
In EPL and FPL.
Bro, when the season started, I was number one. I'm looking even at the Homeboys Presenters League. I was number one.
Okay.
Right now, I'm 10th. I'm only above Gibbs right now, and I have 327 points.
I'm
overall,
9th.
bro.
I got 345 points. How many points did you get this game week?
35.
50.
Below average.
Oh, I
moving
got
like Ten Hag.
47.
Oh, that's nice. Me, I got 50. And looking forward now to the last game week before the international break, there's some certain fixtures that I feel you guys need to double down on.
Okay.
G is an Arsenal fan here. Arsenal are playing Southampton.
Okay.
Are there any players in particular you'd like for us to think about, consider when we are selecting our final draft for our week?
Well, you know, I'm only going to speak on the Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
I would say it's worth having Timber in your team.
Yeah.
Because I think that defensively, obviously, we're very solid. And I feel that he's got the ability to give you a couple assists as well. So, as a matter of fact, he's my favorite Arsenal player at the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah, he's really... he's
Because
my
of the
favorite.
Bible verses, not because of what he does.
No, I like the fact that the Bible verse is that then he's an animal.
On the beach, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Southampton, I don't have any players over there to select because their form isn't that well right now.
Yeah.
But with Arsenal, as I said last week, this is the last week to capitalize on their defense because after the break, it's Bournemouth and then I think Liverpool, as I've said. So with Arsenal, Saka, for me, is number one. Number two is Havertz. Then we move on to Brentford versus Wolves. Like I said, Mbeumo over there is on
definitely.
form, scoring in the first minutes for Brentford. Yeah, and then lastly, we have to talk about Manchester City versus Fulham. Yeah, G has talked about our Arsenal players representing and making sure that
We take
City-
points.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Haaland can't stop. Like Haaland
He's
form
only
is-
blanked one game in the Premier League so far.
Yeah, we cannot ignore that. And I'm sure FPL managers will look forward to captaining him. Yeah. But lastly, a fixture that I want you guys to even think about is Everton versus Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Because Everton have started winning and they've been scoring.
Yeah.
And we have one guy over there by the name of McNeil,
Dwight McNeil.
who for every DCL goal is usually available and contributing.
Yeah.
And that's one player who I feel guys are sleeping on now that Everton have been not winning, but this guy has been returning points. Yeah. So that is for
FPL.
Wiki. Yeah. Not unless now Watkins and Man United
Yeah.
and Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest.
But on speaking about games and stuff like FPL, just a quick shout out to everybody who plays FIFA.
Yeah.
FC25 is out. I've sat with it for a few days. Hey, let me tell you, it's there's a lot going on. So what they've done, they've changed it up so that now you can manage your team with the ball and without the ball. So you have the setup of the team without the ball and the setup of the team without the... Hey, I have
Too many tactical analysis.
there's a lot of... You can change your strategy mid-game. So, for example, let's say you're playing narrow, like Real Madrid, or Real Madrid last season. You can now, in the middle of the game, without stopping the games, decide to change to a 4-4, whatever. So it's very interesting. So if you're a gamer, always look out for me. My handle is G Money is me 254. Let's play FIFA online.
Speaking of playing, let's play trivia. I'm very happy, by the way, G, you're back. Your last appearance on a trivia here was very, very, very memorable.
Oh, man.
And It's a good thing you're representing Yash today.
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm representing. Can I just say, if there's one part of this game, of this podcast that I read that scares me, it's trivia, because I know nothing, and I know that I know nothing.
Let's
Sam.
go.
All right. Question number 1. Which football player has played for the most sets of derby rivals?
Derby rivals. Sturridge.
Nope.
Ashley Young.
Nope.
The most sets of derby rivals. So we're talking Arsenal, Spurs, United City,
Merseyside derby.
Merseyside derbies.
Not limited to EPL.
To EBN. Oh, even outside. All right, that's a hard question.
Yeah.
Then it has to be Ronaldo.
It's Ronaldo.
The original.
Oh, the original.
The original.
Said Ronaldo.
Hey,
No, this is not going to plan.
hey. Hold on. The old guy said the old Ronaldo. There you go.
Second one. Which is the first British club to win a European major cup?
I was first, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing this. Has to be Liverpool.
Nope.
You said first British Celtic.
Nope.
Spurs.
Yes.
Well, I was never going to say that. Good question.
Wow.
Third one. What is the most goals scored by one player in a Premier League game?
Let's go. Cole Palmer, 4.
No.
What?
If it's not, I think it's tied and it's 5 goals. It has to be Defoe, Shearer, and them, because there's more than one person.
Yeah.
Defoe.
Wait. If I say more players than, do I get the point?
No.
Because I know
You say Defoe.
Defoe
yeah.
scored 5.
Yeah.
I know Shearer scored 5.
There's
who
one
else?
Arsenal player.
Who scored 5 in the game? Henri. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I won that point next.
No, Ashraf scored 4. Anyway.
Andy Cole.
Andy Cole, yes.
Hey, bro, this is not going to plan.
Fourth one. Which player has the most scored goals? Which player has scored the most goals in one season in the KPL? KPL, Kenya Premier League.
Ooh.
Jesse Were.
Nope.
Wow, Kagere.
Nope.
What's the answer?
Maurice Ochieng
Oh.
completed 26 goals
Bro,
for Maya.
please, guys, disclaimer. Always tell me to guess Luo names whenever he asks it. Otieno. Next one.
The last one. Which team has the fewest PL points in a season to win the title?
Oh, to win the title. Manchester United.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many?
No, you can't.
Manchester
75.
I got it.
But I got it. I said Manchester United. So, yeah.
I guess you split that because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the rules. I just know I
Tally?
didn't lose.
What's the tally? It's a draw. So I'm
is it
tied
a
with
draw?
Nyash. No, Nyash is leading. Wait, can you behave?
Anyway,
Yeah.
To break the tie.
Yeah.
So I'm not involved.
Who is the current Chelsea captain?
Palmer.
Nope.
Bas, please take over. Please do it. Please do it. Do it.
who is the current Chelsea captain? I don't even know, bro.
Rhys James, can you give me a point at least?
He's never there. He's
Can you give
never
me
there.
Please give me that point.
Wait, technically you are wrong because Enzo was made the captain.
But Rhys
Think
James is
about
the
it.
club captain.
Do you know?
He said for this season.
By the way, do you know what? By the way, I must say I love watching you guys argue with the judge. If it was me, I'd be telling you guys to just shut up. I'm the judge. All right.
Oh my days, all right.
All right, guys, and also don't forget, by the way, you know SportPesa's got a brand new Facebook page. Yeah? So make sure that you get onto Facebook and find the SportPesa page. We want those numbers to be humongous and a lot of content that we do and a lot of creators around. Can you do always appears first on the SportPesa Facebook page. So please make sure you get over there and make sure that you join the SportPesa Facebook page. All right.
So last week we had a question of the week for the fans and oh shit.
Yeah, we had a question. That was the first person to score in the Manchester United and the
Versus
Spurs
Spurs game.
fixture. Like there was no
No one got it. 'cause,
Everybody
yeah,
said Heung-min Son, but
and he didn't even feature.
yeah, yeah.
I'm betting all of them guessed Son.
Heung-min Son, Heung-min
What
Son,
was the question
Brennan-
last week?
It was the first person to score between Manchester United and
Spurs.
Spurs.
Ah,
The answer was Brennan Johnson, who actually smiled while he was scoring that goal.
Yeah, but nobody would have seen that coming.
Yeah,
'cause,
no one
like,
would have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we're in the trenches.
Oh, man.
Please, if you've made it up until the end of the show, type Ten Hag out. I will be there to support you and like. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Good Company channel. Till then, I've been Brian Waudo.
All right, my name is Jimani.
Venant.